What up, world? It's your girl Ingrid of I Divine Beauty, and I'm here with Why Luck Street Talk. You heard me? New Orleans own. What I want you guys to understand is the power and influence of a person like Why Luck being here at the showcase. How do you feel being here today?
I mean, when they called me, I told them immediately I'll be there, because this is the time. Me and Mean have been preaching this for years and years and years and years, and I'm just glad they finally put something together for this type of event to showcase artists in New Orleans, because you wouldn't have no Partners in Crime, no Master P, no Lil Wayne. You wouldn't have none if you didn't have support in the city. So this is the type of event that gets people to support unknown people in the city. So, I'm always jumping at the chance to host it, be here, or just show my face or whatever, anything.
That's love and respect coming from someone who already has a platform. I saw your post that you made. It was, I don't know if it was an IGTV or just a post, but you were talking some real stuff about love and support and honoring your word. You gave your word and you're here tonight. And what I was saying earlier was that the platform that he has, just by him being here, he can draw attention and eyes to these artists. What he's doing right here, this is where the power lies. To show up, to be there, to speak up, to support. And you are here, and it means a whole lot. It means a lot to the city. And you got to know how many people are going to follow suit just by seeing that you are doing it.
Right. Well, I believe that the only way to change the narrative in any situation is you have to be the change yourself. So, like, I can't get on my social media platform. I can't get on stage anywhere. I can't preach New Orleans don't support New Orleans until I actually support New Orleans. So it's like, I would rather be, I was just on live telling, I'm transparent, so I don't really care, but I was just on live telling, my whole life, I'm going through stuff, what I'm saying, with my daughter. I'm going through stuff with my girl right now, but I'm here. Like, I can't, this is my obligation, not just because I made a commitment to be here. It's my obligation because I want the city to thrive. I want to see more of New Orleans on TV from New Orleans, not from, other artists using Chopper Song, or other artists taking Weeby's voice, or other artists, you know what I'm saying? Or just a splash of Big Free to here. I want to see New Orleans putting New Orleans on, you know what I'm saying? And we haven't seen that in so long. So it's my duty and my obligation to say, and it's a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I would love to be at home fixing my relationship right now, but this is the sacrifice that you gotta, if I want things to change, I gotta be the change, and sometimes you gotta sacrifice for that.
That's the definition of larger than life.
Right.
That's when you put the mission and the goals ahead of some things. Now, you can always go home and work that thing out, but this is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is important. It means a lot. And you can't put a price on what you're doing here today.
Right.
And I'm telling you, from I Divine Beauty, from Ingrid to you,
I appreciate
this is big. It's major. The city needs it. We appreciate it. And I just wish you the best, right?
I appreciate it.
Now, I'm pretty sure the whole city of New Orleans is following you.
Yeah, I got a couple followers.
Right.
Yeah,
But if anyone who may not know you want to find you and follow you and support you, what can they find you?
Just go to street__talk, spell normal. Street RS. I'm saying RS, but I got a bunch of shit on my mind. STREET__talk, TALK. And that links you to all my other social medias. And then you could go to my YouTube page, which is Y.Luck, Y.LUCK.
In other words, he's all over all those platforms.
Yeah, you can just go check me out.
Right. But before I let you go, I do want to speak to one of those things that you said. You were talking about how people take the New Orleans sound and they go. And I think the city have been guilty of getting so excited when other people take the sound. I mean, it's great that we're getting national attention, but if our people can't rise off of our sound, if our people can't rise off of our culture, is it really a win?
You make a strong point, because it's kind of like the whole Popeyes craze. I guess you could look at it like that, because just because of social media, the masses came out to support a chicken sandwich that really had they didn't give any promo, they didn't do any commercials. It was just like, hey, come try our chicken sandwich. And the masses came out and we supported it, and that just should show everybody it's the same way in New Orleans. Listen, if we got somebody that we think is good, don't wait for Atlanta to jump on them. Don't wait for, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You have people like Young Greatness. He had to, rest in peace, Young Greatness, but he had to leave New Orleans to be who he was. He had to go to Atlanta. August Alsina, he had to leave to be who he was. Frank Ocean, he had to leave to be who he was. Lloyd, he had to leave to be who he was.
All of these,
they have to leave to be who they are because there's no support here. And I think what they're doing, what Misdemeanor doing, what Chuck is doing, and Team Square, they trying to change the narrative and making this event for people who want to support the people here, so you don't have to leave, because it's so evident when you listen to the radio today. I mean, Chopper's song came out, what, 10, 15 years ago?
At least.
And there's 3 songs on the radio with that exact same beat,
yes,
or that sound, or something in it.
Or his voice.
Or his voice, exactly. So, and we just look at it like it's a win for us, but it's not a win for us, because it's almost like they're eventually gonna shut us out and they're not gonna need us. Exactly. You know, that's how I look at it. Exactly. It's like, you know, you're not gonna, it's almost like somebody stealing your recipe and cooking it. Well, eventually they don't need you to cook.
Or the bounce fitness classes in other states.
Eventually they're not gonna need us, you know, because they're gonna take our style, and if we don't do something to take it back, and I'm just using bounce as a example because it's so evident in bounce. But it's not just bounce, it's everything. You know, when nobody was really stunting until Cash Money did it.
True story.
Nobody had 10, 12 chains on. Slick Rick did it, but it wasn't like he wasn't stunting like
to the point where Cash Money was getting clowned for talking about jewelry and all that.
All of a sudden, you know, then the world want to do it. Nope. You can go back as far as you want to go back. Nobody was wearing camouflage until Master P.
Right.
Nobody was wearing camouflage until 600 people walked in the door with camouflage on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the whole world is wearing camouflage. Lil Wayne made the white tee cool.
Right.
Or should I say the Hot Boys made the white tee cool. And so it's just a lot of things that we took and we gave to the world, but we didn't receive anything for it.
Right. So. And I think he makes such a valid point. We've given so much, and one thing that we can learn from a place like Atlanta is that pride, it kills everything.
Everything.
So we can all come together and understand, by you standing on side your brother, it don't make you look smaller. It makes both of y'all look better.
Exactly.
Right? And so if you come together, stand with your brother, uplift your brother, if he make it, that's more exposure for you.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win for everybody if we can just stand beside one another and come together. So if we can take one thing from everything that we've given, take one thing from Atlanta, is that we can stand side by side and all win.
And it's not just Atlanta, it's Houston, it's California, it's you look at when Nipsey died. I was a huge Nipsey fan prior to everybody else being it. But you look at when Nipsey died, it's like, you know, the world shut down. It's supposed to be like that out here too. You know what I'm saying? When Soulja died, we supposed to have a parade too. We supposed to, not just a regular second line, we supposed to shut down the streets too. And that's just my opinion. Like we are so eager to do what the rest of the world does, but the rest of the world is so eager to do what we do.
Well, that's one thing that Our Divine Beauty is doing. Our Divine Beauty is taking and trying to shine a light on our heroes, on our local people who are doing things. And so that's basically what you're saying, throwing people their flowers when it's time, when they deserve them, and shining a light on the beauty that just even in this moment, like I told you, it's big that you're doing. And so I couldn't let you go without telling you that. And I hope that we can do that for everyone who is a part of this showcase, as well as the others who are doing great things in the city.
Absolutely. I just appreciate the whole event, man. Like I said, Misdemeanor, Chuck, Team Square Events, they put it together, and it's been a long time coming. The entire city, we're one of the only cities that have had the two number 1 and number 2 record companies at the same time. And that says a lot. And at that time, they never went on tour together. Yeah. They never did songs together. Yeah. They never shouted each other out. Like, that says a lot. You know, Master P went on tour with 50 Cent. Cash Money went on tour with the Rough Riders. They could have kept that in-house. And Master P could have went on tour with Cash Money.
I'm gonna throw that one in the atmosphere.
So-
I'm gonna say, Cash Money, No Limit. It ain't too late.
No, it's definitely not
for
too
y'all
late.
to do a tour together or something. Show New Orleans, because that was, if you be honest, the roots of New Orleans hip hop, whether it was the bounce, we always had some kind of conflict. But it's not too late to turn that thing around, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna put my little bid in for Cash Money, No Limit, Take 4, all the local, come together, do a tour one time for the one time,
We got a city, and I'm just speaking on facts. Everybody can feel how they want to feel, but every group has come together except the Hot Boys. Wu-Tang came back together, Outkast came, everybody, but this is the city that we live in. We live in a city that's divided, and it's so divided we don't support each other. It's almost feels like you have to support one or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's like
you don't have to choose.
You don't have to choose.
You still my brother. We done got into
Absolutely.
it. I still got your back. I can still call you.
Absolutely. I got partners in the Ninth Ward. I got partners I'm from Holly Grove, but I got partners in Holly Grove, Ninth Ward, Uptown, Downtown, across the river. It shouldn't matter, especially when I leave here. When I leave here, it should be where he from. He from New Orleans. That's it.
Not to mention, a lot of these guys have done so much for not only the city, but for hip-hop as a whole. And it would be so unfortunate that because of a beef or a disagreement that you can't honor that legacy and their name.
And I don't even know if it was a beef or disagreement as much as it is, we are a competitive city, so much so that where we compete against each other. And
so how can we change it, in your opinion?
We doing it right now.
All right.
That's what this event is for.
All right. One event, one showcase at a time, one artist, one performer, one legend, one influencer at a time. If you guys come out, show your support, we can and we will change the narrative here in New Orleans. We're so grateful for you today. It's your girl Ingrid of Our Divine Beauty. I'm here with Y Luck,
yes.
And this is Slay the Mic, September 2019.